How do you find the degree measure of the angle given below using a protractor? Why is this a special case? That's the first question I want to ask you guys. What's so special about this? Why isn't it another problem that we have already done? So we are, okay, this is for our note. So this is not an answer. This is only for our note to understand. We are measuring a, okay, let me give you guys a clue. This angle, okay, this angle. So what kind of angle is that? Do you guys feel that it's more than 90 degree? Is it more than 180 degree? Yes, it's more than 180 degree. We are measuring a reflex angle. Okay, so that's why it's special. So how do you measure reflex angle? How do we measure a reflex angle? That too using a protractor, which is semicircle. If you have the entire circle, then it's an easy task. But using a semicircled protractor, how do we do that? Basically, using this, we need to measure this. So the question is how to do that. Think. Okay, I'll give you guys a clue. Let's go back to our turtle. Let's make use of Mr. Turtle, Miss Turtle, whatever you guys want to call it, him or her as. So let's start off with that. Say I'll turn 80 degree. Okay. So let me actually turn back now. So let me copy this first though. Let me turn some simpler value. Let's turn 60 degree. Okay, this is a bit more definite. And let me copy this. And let's go back over here. Again, all of this is for understanding. Done. Next, let's move on to the initial position. So let me turn right and back to the initial position. Angle 0 degree. Okay. Now I'll go back to the same position, but with something else. Instead of 60, again, I'm going back to the left 60, but with some other value. And it's this. Can you see that? I typed here, please, you need to observe this. I typed here right 300, but I ended up with the same, direction. Okay. Let me kind of copy this. I have ended up with the same direction. Yeah, if I do something like this, technically if I overlap it, and if I do something like this, can you see that? It's very light, very, very light, but it's overlapping. It's in the same direction. Okay, I'll give you guys one more clue, one more way to prove it. So if I connect the tail and the head, not exactly, but I do that and, oh, okay, my bad. If I do this, it's not exact though because I didn't draw a good straight line. Can you see that? It's not exact, but a bit here and there. Can you see that? It's almost proper. It's almost along this straight line. But how did I do that? I turned left and I was able to go point toward this direction. Now I'm turning right and I'm able to go to that direction. How is that I'm able to do it? What's so special about left 60 and right 300? How is that I'm able to do this with two values? Left 60 is apparently equal to right 60 degree, right 300 degree. Why is that? What happens when I add 300 degree plus 360 degree? 360 degree. So do you guys get a clue of how to solve this question? So basically, turning in one direction is equivalent to turning in the other direction by subtracting with 360 degree. For example, if I had to turn 40 degree, I can also turn 40 degree and point to the same direction by 360 degree minus 40 degree, that is 320 degree. Let's do that. One last proof and we are on to solving the question. So first thing first, okay, let's point right 60. Now left 40. It's pointing in that direction. Keep that in mind. Now let's go back to right 40. So initial position. Now my idea is that, or my theory is that, if I do right 320, I should end up with the same left 40 degree. Can you see that? We ended up with the same value in the same direction. So it works. So with all of this in mind, can you now measure the reflex angle? Can you measure the reflex angle? How do we do it? I hope you guys are thinking about it. Yes, I'm doing my job, but you guys also should be thinking about it. I'm trying to see if the vertex, no, they are not aligned. Are they aligned? I don't know if the screen is clear to you guys. It's not aligned. Almost there. Okay, done. Does this make sense? What is that I'm doing? Let me take the screenshot. Let me explain it to you guys. So let's measure this part of the angle. I'm measuring this. How much is that? First thing first, are we on the right place? Is my vertex and the center of protractor overlapping? Yes. Are my 0 degree and the baseline, is it overlapping? Yes. Do we have a 0 over there? Yes. It's on the outer ring. And this outer ring, it's lining up to approximately 100 degree. It's not exact. I'm just taking it approximate. 100, 101 honestly. Let me take it as 100. If it's 101, 102, you guys can adjust that. So this angle turns out to be 100 degree. Now my question to you guys is, what is the actual result? So I've given you guys all the clues. This is 100 degree. Okay. This entire thing is 100 degree. How much is this? How do we find that? It is 360 minus 100 degree. That will be 260 degree. That's your answer. I hope you guys understood the concept. So turning in this direction, in this direction 100 degree. Okay, so it will end up something like this. 100 degree will be like that. Is same as turning the other direction, in the other direction, by an amount of 260 degree. You will end up pointing in the same direction. Finally, I'll just want to confirm it for you guys. So let me do it. Just takes a second. It's a good concept to learn. So we are at 40. Okay. The left 100 degree, right? It's pointing towards that direction. Keep that in mind. I'm going back to the original position. And now right 260 degree. Can you see that? We ended up in the same direction. And so we got the answer. So that's how we measure reflex angle. How can you find the degree of measure of an angle given below using protractor? Okay, all that is good. So just let's kind of finish the answer. This is 260 degree, but question is how? By measuring the obtuse angle first. These are the steps. And then we go on to subtract the above value from right 360 degree. We can measure the reflex angle. Okay, so let me show the steps. 360 minus 100 degree, which is equal to 260 degree. So this is 100 degree in our case, and your answer starts from here, guys. So let me erase this as well. Basically the question of how, answer starts here, not here, and this is only for your reference. Okay, so this is what we have to do.